It's officially summer here in Ohio, USA. And I still haven't chosen my big, mini, creative summer project. And surprisingly, that isn't bothering me. And maybe in the past it would have. But today I want to talk about why. Welcome to Singer-Songwriter, a space to reconnect with your voice, your music, and the songs waiting to be written. I'm Lainey, singer and songwriter, voice and creativity coach. If you've ever dreamed of writing and singing your own songs, but doubt or perfectionism keeps getting in the way, then grab that notebook full of ideas. It's time to open your voice, trust your sound, and express yourself freely. Your songs are waiting. Let's bring them to life. Hey friend, before we dive in, if you like these open, candid conversations about singing and songwriting and creativity and the artist's journey, I would love to invite you to join my email list. In my weekly newsletter, I share insights from my own creative process and the latest podcast episode and other little creative inspiration here and there. So come join me over there, reawakenyourvoice.com/insider. And also, if you just want to support the show, I would be so grateful if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. That is the best way that you can show some love, support the show, help it to grow, help other people to find it. And I love hearing from you and knowing what is helpful, what's touching your heart. How are you applying this in your own creative life? So go to Apple Podcasts, scroll down, find the little write a review, and share your words with me there. I would love that. Okay, so let's talk about today's episode. I feel like this is going to be very conversational. I have some points I want to make, but we'll kind of see where it goes. So I am in this space creatively where I'm just lingering in the unknown. I am frolicking through the field of unknown territory and loving it. So it's now officially summer, and I still don't know what I want to create this summer. I had this feeling that I want to create like a little mini summer project, and right now it feels like I'm really just dancing in the woods, frolicking through the forest or the fields. I'm not really creating a path or following a path. I'm just immersing myself in nature, in the surroundings, in the beautiful foliage and the elements, just taking it all in. And it just reminds me of why it's so important to fall in love with the creative process itself. I've mentioned in previous episodes recently that I'm currently retaking a creativity coaching training that I did years ago. And, there are fresh insights coming through and new perspectives. Of course, you learn new things every time you go through something. It's like the creative process. It's that cycle. It's, like a spiral. I've talked about this before. It's not linear. It's a cycle. It's a spiral. You go deeper and deeper each time, learning new things and revisiting old things with new eyes, all of that. But in the training, we were talking about goal setting and our relationship with it and our motivations. And I realized that I am not motivated by traditional success metrics. I'm not motivated by a certain outcome. It's not about numbers or external validation. For me, I am motivated by the experience itself, by the love of creating. I love to be in the process of singing and writing and making meaning of the life that I'm experiencing. So for me, I think of that, it's kind of that cliche travel quote, not all who wander are lost. But it's the idea that I'm in it for the adventure. And what I see is that the adventure is the transformation. It's the discovery along the way. Because I'm not the same person who started a song as I am when I end the song. There is something transformative that happens in the process that teaches me something about myself or about life or about music. And that to me is the true joy of creating, is yes, expressing something that is real and alive for me, but also just exploring questions and getting curious. And yeah, it's the adventure of like, who will I meet along the way? What will I discover along the way? What will I see? What new things will I experience? That is the intrinsic motivation for me when it comes to writing songs and making music. So today, I just want to shine a light on this idea of outcome-focused, outcome-driven creativity versus process-oriented creativity. So when we set goals and have an outcome in mind, it creates a lot of pressure to create the outcome you had in mind at the starting line. And even that imagery, the starting line versus the finish line, as if it's a race or something. But we put a lot of pressure on a goal or an outcome and have this idea that there are steps involved. And we have to outline those steps and then walk through those steps and you'll get to where you want to go. But there's this other way that is process-oriented. It's all about being in the process, staying in the creative process, even when you are just basking in the unknown. You are hacking your way through this uncharted territory, not even sure where you are, where you're going. And maybe you're not even taking the machete to the thick foliage. Maybe you're just breathing in the fresh air and looking around and taking it all in. Process-oriented creativity creates possibility, curiosity, experimentation. It's more about the exploration and the discovery. It's what will you learn in the process, and how can you play and dance with it and have fun? And, you don't need to know exactly where you're going. The goal, I guess you could say, the goal itself is just to stay engaged, just to be in the process of creating. Because like I said, I don't have the outcome or the goal in mind yet. I thought it might be one of my songs that I've been playing with. I'm sure I've mentioned it, Come to the Water. And it felt really alive there for a while. And I was in it and exploring different verses, getting to the core of it. And then it started to feel pushed, like I was forcing it. Have you ever experienced that, where you're working with a song and it's just flowing and you're loving it, and then somewhere along the way you start like shaping it in a very forced kind of way, and it no longer feels like it's this pulsing, living, breathing thing with a life of its own. It's like now I'm deciding to force it into something, which creativity requires that we make choices, right? That it's not that. It's not that I'm averse to making the choice. Averse, is that the word? It's not that I don't want to choose or make choices about this song. And it's not that I've got that shiny object syndrome thing going on, because I do understand the beauty of the creative mind and shiny objects. But it's not that, because I'm not just turning off the spigot. Like, I'm not shutting it down and saying, stop. It's more of a gathering and collecting and incubating and looking at possibilities and allowing all possibilities to exist, which is a phase of the creative process. It's part of the process. And yes, there will be a point down the line where choices are made and the pieces are put into place. But I am lingering in that exploration, discovery kind of phase where I don't know, and it's okay that I don't know. I'm staying engaged. I'm staying in it. And of course, yes, that is where I love to be. So that's something to recognize and kind of like park in the back of my mind. That, okay, yes, this is the part I love. So of course I want to linger here. And why not? Why not linger in the love, the beauty, the enjoyment, the adventure of it all? But the spigot is still on. The water is still flowing. I just haven't quite latched onto something yet. I'll latch onto something, play with an idea, see where it leads me, take it to the end of the line, and then put it off to the side until some time in the future. Could be tomorrow, could be a year from now. But that's where I am, and that's okay. I think that's one of the points I really want to make, is that being in the unknown as an artist, that's part of the journey. And we have to become comfortable in the unknown with all of its discomforts and all of its beauty and joy and fun and all of its challenges. We have to become comfortable in the unknown to truly bring the art that is inside of us to life. And sometimes we stay in the unknown longer than we think. And sometimes it's shorter. Sometimes suddenly it all clicks and we're through that part and on to the next phase. And sometimes we're sitting with it. We are staying with that feeling of uncertainty, that feeling of not knowing. But in that space of not knowing, in that space within the creative process, as the artist, we are changed, we are transformed, we are moved. That is the motivation for me. It's this process of transformation, this process of discovering new things about ourselves and the world and music and creativity and our voice and how it comes through, how it wants to be expressed in the world. And to me, it's not, okay, what did I make? It's, well, who did I become while making it? What did I learn? How did I grow? To me, that is why creativity matters. That's why I sing and write songs. It's this beautiful process of discovery and exploration and expression. And it's a way of moving through life. Yes, a song exists in the end, and then it can, grow wings and fly away and help others to experience some form of transformation. But those are all outcomes that are like bonuses. Creating first comes from this place of desire and curiosity and play. And that's what I'm remembering in this whole process of creating something this summer. And I know I will. I will create something this summer. But it's more about the process of being in it, being in the process of gathering ideas, collecting little song seeds. I'm recording, I'm singing, I'm writing, I'm looking at the world through a creative lens and staying with it, playing with ideas that show up, putting other ones down that feel complete for now. And this is a beautiful space to be in. So if you find yourself in that space of the unknown and it feels like you're just fluttering around like a fluttering around like a butterfly from flower to flower, woo! That's part of the process. You are pollinating, right? These are good things. So instead of asking, what am I trying to produce? Try asking, well, what am I curious about? And what would be interesting to explore? And what adventure am I being invited into? That feels exciting. That feels alive to me. And that is the thread that I'm following as I move forward into the summer. I'm following my curiosity. And if I focus on the process itself and I stay in it, I know it will lead to something beautiful. The answers will emerge. The path will unfold. The ideas will come. The choices will almost make themselves because it just becomes that clear. Ah, yes, of course. Of course, that's the next line. Of course, this idea follows that one. And this comes back to trust and having faith in the creative process itself. Trusting your voice will come through whatever it is that you create. As long as you stay connected to that creative voice and stay connected to the commitment or the devotion to the creative process itself. So I hope that perhaps you can find some insights in these reflections and know that if you are in that space of the unknown, to have fun and enjoy and know that it's part of the process. And if you find yourself trying to force a goal or force an outcome, that maybe there's another way. Thanks for listening, friend. If this episode moved you or inspired you in some way, would you please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or share this episode with someone who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough? Until next time, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.